Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctively I remember, it was the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished with the morrow, vainly I had thoughts to borrow from my books surcease the sorrow for the last Lenore, for some rare radiant maiden, whom angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. The skillican sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to be still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened the wide door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken, as I whispered the word, "Lenore?" This is what I whispered. An echo murmured back in the word, "Lenore!" Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard tapping, something louder than before. "Surely," I said, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, and then, what fret is, and this mystery to explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here, I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven, on one of the sanity days of yore. Not the least obedience made he, not a minute stopped or he stayed he, but the min of lord lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then the ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, though thy crest could be shorn and shaven, though, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what lordly name is on the night's politis and shore. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much as I marveled this ungainly fowl to discourse so painfully through its answer in little meaning, its relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing to that living human being never yet was blessing with seeing the bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast, upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely at that placid bust, only spoke that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled by the stillness broken by the reply, and aptly spoken. "Doubtless," I said. "What it utters, it is the only stock and store, caught from the unhappy master, whom immerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs of one burden bore, till the dinges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling at my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of the bird, and bust the door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself into liking, fancy and onto fancy, thinking of what to this obnoxious bird of yore, what his grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and obnoxious bird of yore meant meeting croaking nevermore. Thus I sat engaged in guessing, but no stylable expressing to the fowl, whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I still divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushioned velvet lining that the lamplight goaded o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight goading o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then me thought, the hair grew denser, perfumed from the unseen censer, swung by the sapram, whose footfalls tinkled on the tough floor. "Wretch," I cried, "thy God hath lent thee these free angels he left, sent free respite and nepite from the memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff, this is quite nepentine, and forget this lost Lenore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." "Prophet," I said, "the thing of evil. Prophet still, if a bird or devil. Whatever temper sent, or whatever the tempest tossed thee ashore, dissolute, yet undaunted, on this desert land, enchanted, on this home by the horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there a balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore." Quoth of the raven, "Nevermore." "Prophet," I said, "thing of evil. Prophet stood, if bird or devil. By the heaven that bends us above, by the God that we both adore, tells us so with sorrow and laden, if within the distant ending, it shall clasp a stained maiden, whom's angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare radiant maiden, whom the angels names Lenore?" Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." "Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend," I shrieked, upstarting to get thee back into the tempest of the night's put on a shore. "Leave no black plum is a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." And the raven never flitting, still sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seemingly of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplights o'er him streaming now froze his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out of that shadow lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.